Hi guys, it's great that you've made it this far onto our new free skin microbiome school, but we just want to say, stop right there. There's one fundamental thing we need to address before you guys watch any videos concerning solving different skin problems. And that is, what is the microbiome? Very simply, how I explain it to people like Sam is that it's all the living things living in and on us. So for you guys at home, it might be a scary thought, but you're currently crawling with trillions of these little things running about your body, in your gut, on your skin, in your mouth. And these little things are called microbes, and there could be anything from bacteria, you guys probably would have heard in the news, and fungi and other flora and fauna. So I always use the example of a garden to explain the skin. The skin isn't just a sheet stretching over our bones and muscles, a bit like a bin bag over a scarecrow or a broom. It is a living ecosystem, as Sam just said. So if you look out into your garden, there's loads of plants, animals and fungi in the garden, and our skin is exactly the same.
Another really interesting parallel is that there's so much talk about the gut and bacteria in our gut being healthy and good for us, and it stops disease within our gut. But not many people know that the skin is exactly the same. This is what Kit is talking about. The microbiome is vital for our health. I think so. That's the first stage, understanding the skin microbiome. The second stage for us to solve the skin health is, what is a healthy microbiome? Because if we don't know what a healthy microbiome is, how can we treat the microbiome to make it better?
We were inspired by reading this book called Let Them Eat Dirt. And again, it talked about how dirt and bacteria is good in our gut. And it was quite a groundbreaking book. And one part of it said that the healthiest gut ever recorded in humans was of toddlers in rural Burkina Faso. And they had no exposure to Western diet, none of these hamburgers and processed cheese and chips, which the Americans have a lot of. And their gut was said to be the highest biodiversity of the microbiome of the gut ever recorded. And then we thought, surely this can relate to the skin. And this led us to our great discovery in 2017 of the first way of measuring skin health using skin microbiome biodiversity. And biodiversity is something we'll do the next video on for you guys to learn about it in a bit more detail. But very simply, biodiversity is just the amount of different organisms on your skin. So if you have a high biodiversity, we found your skin is healthy. But if your skin microbiome biodiversity is low and you have less different types of organism on your skin, then it's unhealthy.
So I think it's really important to note that all skin problems, common skin problems, even not ones that are common, have been linked with low skin microbiome biodiversity, from acne, eczema, psoriasis, all the way over to skin cancer. So that's really important to know. It's been linked scientifically.
Just want to say one more thing, using the garden analogy as before. If you look out into your garden and you see it's full of lush plants, many different types of animal and fungi everywhere, then that's a very biodiverse garden, and that's going to be a healthy ecosystem. The same is on our skin. But then imagine someone comes along and cements over the whole garden, and you just see a couple of weeds poking up through the cracks. That's a very low biodiversity of the garden, and this is a very unhealthy ecosystem. That's exactly the same on the skin and in the gut.
Yeah, so we've seen, it's really good, we've gone through what the microbiome is, then we looked at how we can understand what healthy and unhealthy microbiome is, and from there, this was the point we're starting to solve skin problems, and this is where all of our skin microbiome school is based on. So the next video is about biodiversity, and I think you've got something, to talk about hypercleanliness really quickly.
Yeah, just very quickly. All of our research has showed us that this idea in society, and we see in big marketing campaigns, that bacteria and germs are bad for us, is actually not true. Only in extreme cases is this true. And our hyper-cleanliness culture at the moment preaches that we clean all of this off our body, and that is really damaging our health. So that's one of the take-home messages, and the next video you guys should watch after this is the one on biodiversity, and that will clean everything up before you can watch the ones about solving your skin problems. But thanks very much for watching, and get on to watching that.